Hello and welcome back to another Pride Pod here on LPO on a Tuesday night live with Luis. What's up, buddy? And your host, John. Luis, how are you?
Good. Definitely amazing news about the Pride. Had a phenomenal win. I think shot her around the whole NWSL. Uh, we kind of, in a way, called it here. The good momentum that the team was having, and it was just really impressive. A 3-2 win. You know, it could have been a bulkier result if they would have put some of the balls away, but also Washington turned it up a notch at the end of the game. So they were going at it. Actually, Hash had a shot on that hit the crossbar, and it was pretty impressive. Also, the way that stadium just packs, like it's just amazing. So I want to say hello to everybody on Instagram that's joining. Make sure you drop your comments. You follow as well on X. We are about 6 people live right now on there. And the people that follow us on YouTube, thank you so much as well. Um, if you compare and contrast, the Pride are doing phenomenal in Orlando, right? They're actually putting the name of the city out there, with their good momentum. So hopefully this continues. Another tough opponent with the North Carolina Courage coming up. So I can't wait, John. Thank you.
Thank you, Luis. Before we get into the excitement of the Washington Spirit game and Atlanta Pride, first we got to talk a little bit about some sad news that came out this week. Something to Luis that took me really, I was so taken back by this. I was shocked, really shocked to find out the news of
Oh,
Orlando Pride midfielder Luana has been diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Just completely out of the blue. We knew that she was out for personal reasons. We were assuming maybe something to do with family or something that she had to go deal with. We didn't want to speculate here, but this honestly, Luis, it was really shocking, and our hearts go out to Luana. I think it's just terrible thing to happen to anybody, but to a pro athlete and then to someone that just got here and just started to be in the team and was showing so much promise and was called up to the Brazilian national team, and it's just it's really upsetting. So I want to say, all the love and all the vibes, as Jay Texas says, all the positive vibes to Luana. So yes, love that. Thank you, Luis. What have you got to say on this terrible
shocking.
news?
Shocking. Actually want to give kudos to Orlando Pride Communications for definitely, you know, it's a tough blow for an athlete to find this out, and I think they've handled it very well. Give kudos to Lucas and to Jack and Jackie on that. Um, Honestly, I had no idea. I've been following her career since she was in Corinthians. Phenomenal player. I got really excited when she first came to. When I heard she was coming to the Pride, I'm like, yo, she's a winner. Like she's won Copa Libertadores. She's played for the Brazilian national team. Like this, she's gonna definitely put the Pride in a new level, especially in the mid. And what she does is boom, immediate impact. We started seeing that double, kind of in a way, a double pivot with Angelina, and it's just unfortunately things like this happen. I love the fact that the Pride are supporting their players through thick and thin. I think that's what a definitely well-run organization does. And I know she's gonna come out on top. I wish her nothing but the best. I know she's going to be fighting a tough battle, but I know she's going to overcome it, and we're probably going to see her hopefully very soon on the pitch again, John.
Yeah, it reminds me of years ago, Luis, when your Danny Alvarez was playing for Orlando City in the USL days, and he had something similar happen to him with his heart condition that just meant that he wasn't able to play from that point onwards. I'm hoping that's not the
Yeah.
case for Luana. I really hope that she's able to come, fight through this and come back. But I don't know enough
Oh,
about the disease or anything to really comment on that. But I
yeah.
think Haley's, a comment about we fight our battles together on and off the field, and the Orlando Pride athletes and the staff will be side by side with Luana and unified in her support throughout this process. I just think is incredible comments, and I think she's nailed it perfectly. That this is sometimes life is more than soccer, Luis, and this is a reminder of that harsh reality. And I love all the comments from all around the league, all the posts. I've seen different athletes all in the different women's soccer world, different commentators all over. Everybody sending different teams, different coaches, just sending positive vibes for Luana. So it's
So
amazing to see that. Like J.A. Texas says with Tony Presley.
yeah, that is another sad news. Yeah, Tony Presley, and I want to do say it was never, it has never really been mentioned anywhere before, but I do want to give credit what credit's due. Tony Presley has done a lot of good things outside of being a soccer player. She's been helping out the community tremendously here in Orlando. And I do want to say that that work does not go unnoticed. And also, a soccer academy, I believe, I think it's FC Highland or something like that. I think it's called. Don't quote me on it. Her and another and former NWSL player started like giving kids a chance and use that experience in the league to boost women's sports, right? And so she's been quite a phenomenal spokesperson. All these little, I call them blocks on the road, right? These little issues, these little health issues happen to, if you notice, to really good people and really healthy people. It's the weirdest thing. But, all the positive vibes to Tony, to Luana, and I know they're going to overcome it. Tony's a winner. She's a phenomenal human being, and I have nothing but good things to say about her. The little things that I've had the time to share, definitely, she's made quite an impact. And Luana, I know she's going to have a far career. I know this is just going to be a small block on the road. She's going to overcome it. I'm 110% sure. And positive vibes for sure, John.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of positive vibes, Luis, the team created some positive vibes this weekend, just gone with a 3-2 win away at Washington Spirit. Washington Spirit, like we talked about last week, are a hot team. So this was a big 3 points on the road. It was a test for us, as we said, Luis, like what are we going to look like against the best in the league? And what we looked like was stealing 3 points away with only 10 players at the end of the game. So I'm like, I'm laughing. I'm like, we've done it with 10 players and we've stolen a 3-2. I think it was an all around great game from the Pride. They had their chances on the other side. If you look at the stats, they were out shooting us, but shots on target was only 5-4. And big chances was 2-1. So I don't know how a game 3-2, Luis, only has three big chances in it. But as J.A. Texas just commented, Barbara Banda, amazing performance. And I think that's where we should lead off, Luis, is talking about Barbara. I was waiting, so we're going to go a little bit chronologically, but all roads right now lead to Barbara and the Banda wagon. So let's just start there. Luis, your opening thoughts on Barbara's performance?
I mean, one word, dominant. Imposing. She was quite a threat. It was what's expected, and it's only going to get better. Um, the way she, kind of position wise, out jumped Washington center backs on that set piece, was just, like Premier League level. Like it was pretty impressive to say the least, because these are national team players, that play in Washington too. So this is one of the, uh, I wouldn't call it darlings, but I think the workhorse team of the NWSL, Washington, and she scored a phenomenal goal, and then she was really influential in the attacking third, making their back line a little bit insecure on themselves, and opening spaces for the other attackers to start and keep attacking, like Angelina dropping and all of that. So, this team has a lot of potential. Aside of Banda, I will say the whole backline was amazing. Raffaele, and you have also Emily Sams. I mean, Emily Sams, she's playing like U.S. women's national team level soccer, man. I mean, like, we got to be ready for these players to be called out to the national team for sure. I mean, if Orlando's gonna make a run, like we said it in the last episode, not only we're gonna lose Banda to Zambia, but we may lose Emily Sams, we may lose Carrie Bello, even Brianna Martinez as well. So, I mean, these are, and Summer Yates as well. So, a lot of potential, a lot of good stuff that Seb has been cooking with Haley in this squad. So, Banda's performance was impressive to say the least.
For sure, I agree with all of that, Luis. I want to go back a little bit and we'll talk about the lineup first. So if you could pull up the link I sent you for SofaScore, because it does also speak to Barbara Banda's performance that you were just talking about. On FootMob, she got an 8.6. On SofaScore, she got an 8.2. Highest rated player in both of those uh, for both teams. So she looks she looks like the real deal now. I mean, it was just a week, right? Like Seb said before, like let us get time to figure out what we're gonna do. And it didn't take very long, did it? I mean, it was like a week later. Barbara looks settled in. She looks glued or gelled, if you were. And yeah, that first goal, Louise, was really, really impressive. The way she just burst up the right hand side of the field and then makes the cross into Angelina. And Angelina just makes that, beautiful finish, like right off the bounce almost off the turf. And then, does the L up for Luana, which at the time, we knew was Luana, but now just with context, just hit so much harder, that celebration. So Barbara, that's all came from Barbara's speed on that right side. Like she just burst up the right side of the field and showed that she's just absolutely electric. When she gets that open space in front of her, she's just off, Luis. And not only that, because of her size, she can get the first initial. Like if there's a couple players that are kind of chasing her originally, she'll muscle the Barbara or just straight off the bat. She looks like she looked good in that first game, but this game, Luis, it's like, oh, that's the player we bought right there.
Looking in the first goal, if we look at the first goal right here, if you're not watching, we're playing the first goal for Orlando Pride. It all starts right here. Oh wait, hold on. I just totally it's a full. I don't know how to fix the. I hate full screen. Sorry. Right here. So it all starts with you know Sam's recovering the ball right there and just driving it through, right? And then then Summer, like, look at the resilience of Summer. In the beginning, she loses the ball in a way. There you go. And then boom, she's recovering it right away. Like, and then a beautiful pass right there for Banda, that her speed, like you said, boom, look at
I
that
don't
cross.
know what the fullback was doing there, but she just flew past her.
Yeah. Yeah, it flew. Yeah, and so look at that. So she already saw, you know, who's coming right there. She's directing the ball to the penalty spot, and then I'm so proud of this goal for Angelina. I mean, it was meant to happen. I mean, I feel bad, and
But she
great
hits it
job,
on the
Angelina,
half
as well.
volley, Luis. That's the thing. It's like almost on the ground when she hits it. So she like intentionally smacks it back on the ground to like get the bouncing shot. It's just great technique from Angelina. Goal two, Luis. Let's go look at that because this one was the first one we conceded to them.
Oh,
We knew that Sar
you
was going to be a problem.
you want to see the conceded goal?
Yeah, I
All
want to
right,
look at
so
it
let's.
because I think our back line was there was a little bit of an error by Emily
Right
Sams.
here. That's Bethune. Bethune and Sam's were battling
But
the whole
Bethune is
time.
I don't think that I
Yeah.
blame Emily at all because Bethune is an
Yeah.
incredible player in this league. Like I think one of the best central attacking mids in the league, in my opinion. And we did such a good job of keeping her and Rodman out most of the game, but this was one of the few times that we kind of made a little bit of an error and let them come straight through us.
Well, I feel that Rafa felt Emily was going to get that.
Well,
And
yeah, because their relationship there is not like completely unnew. You know, like they had it last year, but they haven't been playing as much, right? Together.
that's right.
Yeah. So the Emily comes up to try and get the ball here, Luis. One where I think there was a foul they were thinking in the box
Hmm.
for that could have been a penalty, but they were checking whether it was actually offside beforehand. And it was like, okay, but it was like, they were checking stuff that just seemed completely unnecessary. So I don't know what that was about. It seemed more like JA Texas says here, refs versus Orlando always. Yeah, I mean it definitely does seem at NWSL like we get extra refed a little bit too hard sometimes, and this was one of those occasions. And then Luis, you remember right at the end of the game, like there was a genuine penalty shout. I can't remember what minute it was, but I think it was Angelina was in the box that she just got like knocked over by one of the
Yeah.
defenders. And then they were like, okay, we're not gonna check that for VAR. And I'm like, that's the one you should check for VAR, and then you don't do it. That frustrated me. It seemed completely out of left field. Luis, are we at the banda header? Do you want to talk us through this one?
Yeah. So
First
there's a corner
goal.
kick. First goal in the NWSL. Just the way she's positioning herself is just unreal. Look at that right there. Boom. It's like quality right there. Like she knows where to, she sees the opening gap and she just goes for it. Like, you know, um, I also want to say that I think this is the year that the Pride has scored most goals of set pieces. Don't you feel like we have great?
Angelina, man. It's
Yeah,
Angelina's ball she
Angelina,
puts in
and
is just so
yeah,
good. I think other people in the league are talking about Summer that same way. I think she's at that level. She's making, you know, waves around the league for her performances so far this year. If you look on several stats websites, Louise, that we often look at, that she's up there in the know everything about um, women's soccer. I just think that she and her and Carrie anyway, the two of them, just really really bright. But Summer, what a penalty! And then Luis,
it's coming right there.
we made some subs in the 64th minute. Ali Watt came in for Summer, and then in the 65th minute, Luis, I feel bad because I don't want to keep bashing on Anna, but we can't not in this scenario. I think, but I'm going to ask you to to be the bearer of bad news on this goal and what tell everybody how Ashley Hatch managed to score from so far away.
Look, be honest with you, it, this should have been just a catch. Right there, I think she just attempted to shoot from distance, and I think she saw Anna too 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 open, and she just attempted to go for it, and it hits one of our players, I believe. In my opinion, it hits slightly.
He gets a
Yeah, I
little
think it hit.
deflection, but that's
Yeah, I
way
think
before he gets to Anna.
it hits Strom a little bit, and to me, I mean, this is you just gotta catch that, man, or at least tap it, like that. That is just like Butterfingers. I'm sorry, but
She has two hands up, Luis.
yeah, like now Yes, she's been having a fantastic season so far. I'm not trying to knock her down. I think she's a great goalkeeper, but I'm just saying, like like in first state. Come on, man. You can, like Orlando wasn't the highest momentum right there, and that goal, it's what made Washington wake up. That's one thing that we need to truly watch out, because those little mistakes could after that it was Washington went at it, and it could have they could have tied it, but again, we were able to hold on, and that shows that this team is like super serious and they can defend, right, John?
Yeah, I mean, I think this was a big test, and we came out of it. I try to look for Luis. I'll send it to you right now. My tweet, because it's so funny the words that you used for Anna. What was it you said?
It's a little
Come on.
butterfinger.
No, you said, "Oh, come on," like "come on" or something.
Yeah. Oh, come
Uh,
on, man. Yeah,
yeah.
come on,
So
man.
I sent you my tweet. I put, "Come on," Anna. And I did the face palm, and
Yeah, yeah.
because yeah, it's such a blunder. And like first game, like there was a couple errors there, and we're like, okay, you cost us a few goals here or there, but um I really want to support Anna. I feel like she's been doing a pretty good job. I think there's just these times when she just definitely cost us a goal or two, and like you said here, it allowed them back in the game. They got gained confidence, and then we kind of had to hold on to our butts for a little bit. But that's okay. Sometimes you gotta ride out a game like that. I want to talk about the red card that Brianna, I think, is a professional red card, Luis. I was impressed by her level of like, I'm just gonna take one for the team here. Definitely, like Rodman was, I think, about to break away, and just
Yeah.
it could have been a real goal scoring opportunity for them to equalize, and Brianna knew that and just took the second yellow, and took her red card, and walked off and said, okay, but we're not going to lose this game. And ultimately it worked out, but it's going to be a bit of a shame that she can't be in this match. We'll talk about that when we get to the lineup, but professional red card for Brianna Martinez there.
I would say that, um yes, if Rodman would have gotten that ball, she would have scored, and we would have been screwed. We would have been talking about a different result today. Um, Sometimes you got to make those decisions, and I'm sure Seb has had these conversations. The cool thing about this is she's such a young player, and she's also tactically savvy because she kind of knows the rules. So in a way, she knows maybe that they could withstand defensively, because it's time's about to, you know and it is what it is. I don't
It
know if you
was the
remember.
90th minute, Louis, so it
Yeah,
wasn't like that long. I mean, we had
right.
6 minutes of extra time, which, yeah.
I'm sure you remember World Cup 2010, Uruguay versus Ghana, and Luis Suarez with that handball, and at the death, literally, like, what's a second goalkeeper, got a red card, got ejected, went to the penalty kicks, and Uruguay went through the second round. That's that. Not like good
Not quite the
players make you.
same, but close.
It's not quite the same, but yeah, I mean, obviously Luis Suarez was not classy like Brianna, but I'm just saying,
Luis Suarez is the least classy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Luis Suarez did not apologize to Ghana, did not apologize at
You
because
also
it's
remember
kind of
when I always never forget when he bit,
when he
what's his
bit
name?
Chiellini.
Yeah, we're going a real
Was it
tangent, but
Chiellini?
yes,
I
he
forgot his
did
name.
bite Chiellini as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
so obviously we're not talking that Brianna is the next Luis Suarez. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I mean, it was either I stop her or she scores. So, I guess she made the right decision. I'll stop her, and I have full trust on my squad, and that's the most important part. I have full trust on my squad that they're gonna hold on and we're gonna win this game. Because she was so calm, like I've never seen, like you said, that she was so poised and so
She just walked away
composed.
like, "Yep, I'll take that."
Yeah, like a champ. Yeah, that was a red. She's like, yeah, that was a red card, but
Uh,
what?
Jen or Jay Texas made a really good comment, which sides with what you were saying, Louise, is hey, now we have played 52 minutes down with 10 players this season. So that was 40 against Racing Louisville, if you remember, and then another 12 against Washington. So clearly we're pretty good at it. Like when we need to, like I don't know, I can't remember who came on. We made a defensive sub. Oh yeah, Celia came on to kind of help. Like Carrie came off at that point to solve the right back issue. But we just locked it down, Luis. And by the way, we locked it down without our two. And then Angelina Angelina
So
is
look, I'm gonna
quality.
show, and I know this is probably gonna bother people, but like just look at this play right here. I think this is what we need to see for. I'm sorry I bring it up, but for Orlando, she tries to get the ball back. She's running to get the ball back
Immediately.
That is number one, accountability. Number two, being able to, not having really an ego of like, oh, this is someone else's job. I'm just gonna be a winger. And she's trying to help the team out, and that's the way the game is played. Like, look at that. You see, she's and she recovered the ball. Like that's
Ultimately, she catches
all,
them sleeping with the press. Yeah.
all exactly. So that intensity, it's what the men's are lacking. I mean, I'll be honest with you.
It makes it so much more exciting, Luis, too, because we get
Yeah,
the ball back.
Sab is like, yeah, we got it, right? We
That looks
got
like
them.
such a boss after a win. He just walks over, just
Yeah,
shakes
yeah,
people's hands like, yeah, another 3 points.
yeah. So, hey, Louise, Brianna hasn't bit anyone. I know. And if she's watching, I'm not trying to say that you bit somebody. I'm just saying that, just comparing. Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez did it with a purpose too, because he trusts that his squad
Uh,
was going to win and go
we
through the next
we
round of the
call
World
that
Cup.
gamesmanship, Luis. Gamesmanship,
Mm-hmm.
or yeah. Uh, let's talk about the next one, Luis, which is not far away. Only tomorrow night is their next opportunity to watch the Pride at home again, 7 o'clock. If you're not going to the stadium, but you should go to the stadium. If you're not going to the stadium, you can catch it on Bally Sports and NWSL Plus, I believe. I have double checked that. I hope so. But that's usually on NWSL Plus, or it could be on Prime. Don't quote me. Go check on the website. North Carolina Courage, Luis. Local rival? Question mark, question mark, question mark. We don't have a rival, but they would be our nearest team. I don't know with Pride. We have like beef with teams we maybe don't like, but we don't really have that like local rival from the vicinity of Florida. So
No.
what's your thoughts on that? Am I
Well,
just forcing the issue here?
I would say, is the Tampa Bay Sun.
Oh, Erica Tamarak.
Make it, yeah, and we
Jordan
got
Listro just
and we
signed for
have
the Tampa Bay Sun, if you didn't know.
and we had people defecting. That's what I was about to say. People
I've also
defecting.
heard that they, on the
Mm,
grapevine that they might have taken some staff as well.
mm,
Mm.
wow.
I
But
actually met somebody who works for the Tampa Bay Sun the other day. So I was talking
wow.
to them about that. So interesting. I want to play them, Luis. We're getting very sidetracked here, but
Yeah, yeah.
let's
We
do a
should. We
cup
should.
game. Let's organize like just a one-off game against them.
Yeah,
Why not?
I
Like,
think
let's do it.
that would be something that it's needed for the Pride.
The war on I-4 is back, but
Correct.
the female
With the
version.
women.
Yeah, I
Right,
like
and
it.
then you got Erica Timrak, and then you got Georgie Listro for the Tampa Bay Sun,
There's storylines here, Luis. We're talking
right? And
storylines. Like
then
let's
against Summer
preseason
Yates.
tournament here. I'm feeling it.
That's right. I'm like, I think it'd be great. I mean, women's soccer in Europe, and they have these cups. Like Barcelona plays also a friendly before the season. They play a friendly with a full stadium, right, against one of the teams in Europe. I think last year was Olympique Lyon, I believe. They invite them over. They play for this little cup, but it's a friendly
Oh,
match. But it's great. It's great. I mean, and you're also helping out women's sports, in my opinion. I know it's like separate,
it's the
or
whole.
separate
It's
league,
just it's NWSL
yeah,
versus USL,
versus
and
USL.
yeah, we're
Yeah,
both want to be D1, so maybe we're not going to play with each other. It's a dream, but I would love to see us go up against
but
them. But
yeah, I
anyway,
mean, I
big
guess there are
sidetrack.
our local. I guess they're our local rival based on distance.
Well, we haven't played
But
them yet. Oh, you're talking about North Carolina. Got you.
who's had the? I mean, beyond. I know. It's a dose of reality right here. North Carolina Courage next to Portland Thorns. I believe they've been the most. They've represented the league in a high level many times. North Carolina has a great development, youth development teams, and also I believe now they have also a USL team, I believe, which is kind of related to the Courage. So, um, honestly, we are the new kids. In my opinion, we are the new kids. We have this newfound attitude. We're like like a new Courage, for us. We're like that new exciting team, young team. I think the Courage now, they're gonna have to face that. And if we win against the Courage and we beat the Spirit, you have to understand we're gonna be probably top two. Or if the Current loses, only a point away, then
Well,
that's
I think Luis also it's time to, like you said, save some face against North Carolina. Because I was looking back at the head to head. They've got 14 wins against us, so our 6 against
yeah,
them, and we only 5 draws between us. And more recently, like last season in the league, like they beat up on us, man. They beat up on
yeah,
us
yeah,
last year. So in
yeah,
April 23, it was a 1-1 draw in the NWSL Challenge Cup East, but that was the only draw. The rest of the time, in June we lost 3-0 to them away at their house, and then in July they beat us again 5-0. September, we won at home 2-1 against them. So last time we meet, we did get the W, but let's see this time around if it's going to be any different. Are we going to be are we going to be the better team this time? I hope so. Right now, we are locked, Luis. Right on the end of us, actually tweeted this. Like we are basically on the same amount of points. Everything, it's as you can see in the table, 12 points for both of us. Third and fourth. Sorry, second and fourth. Let's see. Whoever wins this, as you said, accelerates up. They are on. The good news for us, Louise, is they have 4 home wins and 2 road losses, and they play 4 home games and 2 away games. So this team is like I don't know. Let's say like quesadillas. They don't travel so well. So this is like they're good at home. You want to make them eat them straight away. These are not traveling so well. So maybe that's in our favor, Luis. Maybe they're just not going to be the same team on away from home, or maybe they try to defend or play different tactics. What do you think about this being our away form potentially for them being our advantage?
well, for sure. I think we need to take advantage that they have not really performed away as they expect. I will do have to say that they have a great manager, and they have a great back line. They held on 1-0 against the Rain. They're always pretty tough to face.
Well, the Rain are
Fishlock.
having a bit of a stinker this year, but still a good
Yeah,
result.
yeah, but still, I mean, you got Latsko, you got Ciara King, you got Fishlock. So they got some players, and also Phoebe McLaren. I don't know if you remember Phoebe McLaren, a former Pride player. So I mean, I'll be honest with you, they got some pieces. I just feel like their attack, they don't have a banda, so we do. So that could actually will play in our favor. I'm looking at their stats here for last game that they play against the Rain. Uh, Obviously, Brianna Pinto, which was their nine, got a 5.9 on SofaScore. So that was pretty crazy. And then you had Manaka Matsukubo, which is Japanese international,
She's
playing the rest of.
an
She played
incredible
28.
team mid, I think.
Yeah, I think 28 minutes. She actually did two long balls, but then really didn't win any ground duels. So if she hasn't won any ground duels, that means that we can definitely take the ball away from her. So I think that's the only thing, about the courage. I think we need to go with the same mentality as we did against Washington and just try to capitalize early. We saw how we controlled the game after we scored one. We scored two, pretty much it was 3-1, right? At some point for the longest time. So I think that's what we need to do here, just continue to be that 90-minute pressing team.
They've also got like pretty good fullbacks, Luis. Williams, U.S. national team player, on the left back, and Rausch. I could say that name right, but she's a German right back for the German national team as well. So they
Felicitas
were,
Rausch.
yeah, yeah. They were a good team. I think, but I also, like you say, I think attacking wise, we've got that striker piece. They've got St. George's, who's played, I believe, plays for the Canadian national team, is also pretty decent. Ashley Sanchez,
Yeah, it's
gotta
Sanchez.
be
Yeah.
marked, gotta be watched out for, of course. But I don't think compared to what we face, Louise, I don't think this is like a big jump up. I think compared to the Spirit, it might even be an easier game, especially as soon as we're playing at home. So I'm very confident. I think the way we've seen this team performing, if we're going to continue to do that, and Barbara's going to continue to grow, and Summer's going to continue to run things from the way she has in that central attacking mid position, even with Martha out, like that's a big. We haven't even talked about that, Luis. We got this 3-2 win away from home with no Marta. I mean, I love her being on the pitch, but if we could still win like that when she's not there, because there's going to be times when she's not there, then that's even more of a positive.
Oh, for sure. I think we got to be careful with Lucy Sanchez and St. George, but I think we have the back line. Rafa is coming back to her old self. I think she's gonna be. I predict she's gonna be a little more aggressive in this game, and more than likely we'll probably have Carrie as a winger, as a left back, more than likely, with or maybe even you maintain, you put Brianna. No, Brianna is suspended, but we there's so many options in the back line. You could put Carrie
Should we get into
Lauren.
the lineup,
Yeah,
Luis?
sure.
Right before we do that, I want to say hello to everybody who's watching us on X. I think we have 31 people right now
Yeah, thank you
watching on
guys.
X. We've got a couple people on YouTube watching as well. Thank you all. Vamos
Subscribe.
Pride. Drop your comments. Let us know what your thoughts are on the game. Let us know what your thoughts are on the game tomorrow night. I'm just so excited, Luis. We got like back-to-back Pride games, so we don't even have to wait that long. Also, I wanted to show you while you're doing the setting up the lineup there. We've got some cool new Pride. I got a cool new Pride merch. I got the scarf, which is super awesome. So
Oh
I want to
man,
put this one up on the wall, but my girlfriend Steph says she wants to wear it, so I'm gonna keep it so she can wear it. It's really cool. I love this little. We talked about this last time with Paola on
the
the pod.
orange.
Yeah, the little orange. I got a T-shirt with it on, and Paola got a patch. So it's super cool. I love all the little Pride stuff they've done this year. The whole orange theme. I wasn't a big fan of the jersey, Luis, but it's growing on me,
I know.
and
That's what
I'm
I'm
getting
saying.
into the orange vibes. Maybe I don't know if I'll buy the jersey, but I'll buy the other stuff with the orange on. I got the magnet.
I need to get a
I love
magnet.
the orange magnet. I got one for you, buddy. I can give you one of these. I
It's
encourage everybody
awesome.
to get one of these. They're super cool. So yeah, loving the Pride this year, loving the vibes. Let's talk lineup for tomorrow night's North Carolina
So
game.
So what do you think about goalkeeping? You think Morehouse? I think knowing Seb, do you think he's gonna give her one more
Yeah,
chance?
yeah.
Or are you gonna
I
see Macron?
I don't know. It depends whether he. I mean, as a center back, from a defensive point of view, Seb's obviously had a close relationship with lots of great goalkeepers in his time, so he knows what really good goalkeeping should look like. I don't know whether his how frustrated he gets at him for that kind of stuff, and whether he's willing to overlook it, or whether he's gonna get to the point where he says, "All right, I'm gonna make a change." I don't know Seb like that really as a manager. Do you? I couldn't speak
No, no. I
to
think he's
what
gonna.
his like limit is on stuff.
I think he's gonna probably evaluate Morehouse. And now, if we lose a game and it's because of a blooper, then I think he'll probably pull the plug at that point. But right now, we won the last game, so the team carried away. So it was just an honest mistake. So let's say. So on the right hand side, who do we have?
I think it's going to be Celia
Celia.
because I think Haley's still going to be in that D mid. So with no Bree, with no Haley, I think math gets you to Celia, and I don't think that's a problem. I think Celia is a very good right back. Not as like the aggressive of the right side of the field, but more defensive, but still a very solid option.
Okay, and on the left, you're gonna see Carrie, or you're gonna
I
see
think Kylie's going to be there
Strom.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably Kylie Strom. Yeah.
with Carrie. I think it's going to be Angelina and Haley in the D mid positions again.
Don't you feel maybe Carrie could play here or no? Well, that's too
Yeah,
froggy.
I
Because I
don't
mean,
know. I just think
maybe
Carrie's
they can
so
go
good
like
on that left side. I wouldn't want to switch her.
yeah,
And
true.
Kylie is so like left foot like sided. I don't think she plays right back.
Plus, it'd be good to see Celia one full.
Yeah, Celia's a very decent replacement in that position. I don't think there's any issue with having her there.
So we're gonna see Angelina
Yep.
and
Angelina and Haley, who's been doing a really good job of just being that like six, just locking it down in D mid, just cleaning up balls, getting all the tackles in where she needs to stop the play, winning the ball back, laying it off, just doing the dirty work, Luis, that goes unnoticed so often.
then we're gonna see Marta.
I hope so. We didn't really get an update on the club of what exactly Marta was out for. Maybe we just pulled her for that. I don't know, Luis. It's hard to say on Marta. I'm hopeful.
Okay, and
It
then
just
we're gonna
depends
see.
on the extent of her injury.
I think we're gonna see Banda on this striker,
100%.
and I like the Julie Doyle and
Yeah,
or
Julie had
Ali
a
Watt,
great
maybe
game.
Watt, right? Ali Watt and then Julie Doyle.
I think it's gonna be no Julie on the right and Carrie at the left wing position.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the best option. It's pretty much the same, but oh no, because then Summer's not in. No, we gotta put Summer in.
So Marta
Woo.
will come in the second
Man,
half.
we got some problems. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Now I'm starting to
I
question like
like I
maybe
like.
Carrie goes back to left back and Kylie doesn't make the team.
No, no.
Potentially, I don't know.
I
Someone's
personally,
got to give.
look. I think we're playing against North Carolina Courage.
Yeah,
We cannot discredit the rival. I mean, they're second in the league. I think this is a more responsible lineup so far.
I would go Summer
And
over Julie then in that case because I think Summer is in the starting lineup regardless. Oh,
so
oh,
you will
sorry, you
go
took her out for Marta. Okay, yeah,
right because Marta can come in the second half and just kill
yeah.
the game.
Got it. I see what you're saying. You're saying like let's not force Marta if she's not quite
Correct.
ready,
Yeah, if
and
she's not like if
we
she's
can
had
bring
a
her on.
fever or I don't know, she's had some sort of
Yeah.
issues.
I
Maybe
think
it's
with no Marta, then it's basically the same lineup. It's
yeah, it's
exactly the same lineup again, apart from
except with
Celia. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
Bree
to
out,
me,
Celia in, and same lineup. I think that's roll again. Let's do it.
I
Why
think
not?
that's it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If
So
Marta's back and they want to throw her in, then maybe that's why I feel like put Summer at right wing and Julie maybe Stits for a little bit, but that would be harsh on Julie too because she's been playing really well.
Yeah, she's been
That's the
phenomenal.
beauty of this team right now,
Defensively,
Luis.
yeah,
You're stacked.
defensively, yeah, we're stacked, and defensively, they've done tremendously. I think every single one of them.
Um, the only other thing is Adriana. She got that little injury, so I think it could be. I don't know exactly how long she's going to be out for, but I don't think she's going to be in this game. I would be really shocked if she was ready. So I think Adriana's out. Outside of that, everyone seems to be fit and healthy. Maybe Marta, maybe not Marta. We talked about that. So, score prediction, Luis. What do you think?
Uh, to me, I feel it's going to be a 2-0 win, Orlando. We may see a we may see another Banda goal and maybe a carry goal, hopefully.
Carry assist. That'll happen for sure.
Who?
A carry assist.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
They're
she's
like one a game, whether they're
Summer.
actually her
Summer
or not. She
also
forces a goal.
Summer and Angelina also have had assists. So I mean, it's
Yeah,
just this team is so stacked. Like Haley. Haley's been phenomenal. Haley could also play instead of Celia too, right? But you'll have a gap right here, right?
but you
So
think
maybe
about. Sorry, go ahead.
maybe if Seb feels like this is what needs to be done, he could have Haley for Celia and then have Summer playing a little bit more defensively, more like an 8, and then right there on the 10 you have Marta, right? That's another option too. But I think he's gonna go for this, hopefully.
Yeah, I think it's either way. Like last year, Luis, we relied a lot on Adriana, and like this game, we don't have Adriana, and we're not like, oh no, we're out, and we're just like, okay, it's a shame that she's not here, but
Yeah,
look at how many options we've got. Like we carry from left back to left wing, and she, looked just as good, if not even better, as a left winger than a left back. So we've got so much flexibility, and like Haley, like we said, has gone from right back to D mid and just looks really comfortable there. We're able to move these players around, and they're able just to slot into other positions and other roles so easily that it gives you the ability to build a lineup each week that's just always got good threats in it and good coverage and is able to make us so strong. And that's why I'm not concerned, Luis, about injuries or players leaving, because I just think like in this example here, Celia, next player up mentality. Celia, all right, it's your turn. Step up. And I'm sure she'll have a good game. I don't doubt it.
when she comes in as a sub, she's done tremendous. And not only that, she has the experience. She's played for the Spaniard national team. She's played for top teams here in the NWSL. So I mean, she has the experience. So let's see.
I'm going for a 3-0 on this one, Luis.
Man.
I just think we smash it now. I think
Mm.
Banda's here. I think Summer's fine. I think everything is just plus plus plus. And the fact that North Carolina don't do well on the road, I think is in our advantage. I think everything screams a big win.
For sure, for sure. I think it's going to be Morehouse up top, Celia, Emily Sams, Rafa Strom, Angelina Haley Summer, Carrie Bello, Julie Doyle, and Banda right up top. So that's our predicted lineup here at LPO. Um, it's exciting because, winning against North Carolina, I feel would put us right there, right?
Yeah.
Closer to the goal. And
We're coming for
this
you,
is,
KC Current.
yeah, this is a team that, um, and also the squad and the coaching staff, the hardest part is to remain in that level, right? So, but they've shown consistency this year. They already shown in the later part of last year. Some of these little, you know, gasps of greatness that they've shown today. They showed it last year at the end of the season. That's why they were so close to going through in the playoffs. So I think now they have the confidence, they have the momentum, they have the players. Not only that, but they all play as a unit. And so, I mean, you saw it on the Angelina celebration. So fantastic job by the Pride. I commend again everyone that's listening to us, watching us. If you like our Orlando City product, Orlando City pod, come see the Pride. You talk about, being an ultra, beating up your chest like King Kong, saying, "Oh, I love soccer. I want greatness. I expect excellence of all my teams. I want the best for the city." Then go and buy your freaking ticket and go support the Pride, because why? They're winning, and if you're a fan of the result, they're winning right now. So go support and buy a cholo dog. There you go.
And on that wonderful message, Luis, I've got a chance for people, even if they don't want to buy a ticket, I've got a chance for you to get a free ticket. So
Yay!
we love the Pride so much that we are giving away 2 tickets to tomorrow's game to
Do you have them with you?
anybody. I have a stipulation, Louise. I think the stipulation should be that you don't already come to a Pride game. I want you to be somebody who has not been to a Pride game this year,
Yeah.
or maybe like we just said, you're a City fan or whatever. So if you were like, hey, I want to check it out, but I haven't had a chance, or I don't have the means, or whatever, this is your chance. So we're gonna drop tomorrow morning. Luis is gonna do a quick post, ticket giveaway. Then we'll throw it in the. I'll do it on Twitter. Sorry, where do we usually do it? I forget. We did it on
Yeah.
Instagram last time.
Yeah, well, we do it on Instagram and we do it also on Twitter,
We
but
post it everywhere, but we'll collect all of those, and then we just pull one of those is a lucky winner. And because the game is so quick, we'll do it in the morning, and we'll let you
yeah.
know kind of by the afternoon.
Well, I'll probably
Uh,
post it later on tonight. I could post it
yeah,
and
we'll
then
put even better. We'll post it later tonight, so give you guys a chance to throw in your ballot and then let us know and say, hey, we'll put a post out. It will just be up the comment, and then we'll put you in for the drawing. So a chance, Luis, to come see the Pride, even if you don't win the tickets. It's like $11 to for a seat to go. Like it costs you more to buy a beer in the stadium than it does to buy the actual seat. So come check out the Pride. Like Luis says, it's super exciting right
yeah.
now. The team is really fun to watch. There's
eh,
atmosphere. It's enjoyable. Please, please, please come. Luis, I want to say thank you to everybody who's joined us here today and drop comments. Thank you to Jay, Texas, always here with us. Um, you can find us here, obviously, on Loud and Proud on YouTube as Loud and Proud Orlando. We have the City Pod that we do on Monday nights and Thursday nights. This is the Pride Pod on a Tuesday night. We also do Pride Talks, which is right after the game. We usually do this on X. It's basically a space where you can join and you can listen in, or you can request to talk. You can drop your comments, basically like an instant reaction to the game, and everybody can come in there and join me and Luis as we give you the lay of the land. So we'll be doing that tomorrow night, like right after the game, Luis. Or we're gonna need. Are you coming to this one? Are you working this one?
No, yeah, unfortunately I'm not able to get it off
Midweek. So I think we'll probably
of another.
go pretty much after the whistle, or a
Yeah, after the
few 10
whistle
minutes
we'll
after
be
the
on.
whistle, something like that. We'll be on Pride Talks. So everybody join in there, uh, and leave us your comments or requests to talk. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your opinions on the Pride. As always, you can listen to us later on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts, whatever format you want to listen on, and social media. We are LPO Podcast on X and Instagram, and you can also catch us on Facebook as Loud and Proud Orlando. Luis,
Bef-
did I miss anything? I don't think so.
before we
Yeah.
go, I do want to say that the Orlando Pride, the 2023 Highway Woman Kit has been named the winner of the Downtown Orlando Partnership Golden Brick Award in the Arts and Culture category. So the Golden
Wow.
Brick Award has been won by the Orlando Pride Highway Woman Kit. So it's a huge deal. So um, congratulations, Orlando Pride. Jared Dillon said, on behalf of the entire club, I would like to thank the Downtown Orlando Partnership and its voting members for selecting our organization for these awards, both of which were very important initiatives for our organization and our fans. These awards are a testament the work of our front office staff and community partners. So I also congratulate everyone who played a role in these two projects. Being an impactful part of our community is a key tenet for our club, and that goes not only Pride, also City. So, so being honored by our peers and community for that work is a humbling and proud moment for us. So we're excited to continue building on these successes through 2024. So this is fantastic. Honestly, the Highway Woman kit was a beautiful kit, I'll say, and they have a beautiful picture here, which I'm gonna kind of share right now of them receiving the award. I do want to say, and I give kudos, and he doesn't get enough praise. Mark Thor, phenomenal photographer. Um, what a talented human being right there. I need to get those shoes, man. He needs to tell me where to get the Adidas ones. But there you go. That's them receiving the actual award. So that's great news, John.
Love it when we get recognized for the city and anything we do with the club. So great to see. Luis, I'm gonna say that's everything from us. We're gonna sign off. Excited for the game tomorrow. Get your tickets. Make sure you're there for North Carolina Courage, 7 p.m. kickoff. And as always, here, our loud and proud Orlando, we're gonna sign off with Vamos Pride.
Vamos Pride. Take care.